Hello everybody! Welcome in. Welcome everybody to the stream. Oh shit, I can't see chat. Fuck, hold on. Give me 1 second. Shit, I'm a professional, I swear. So welcome everybody to the stream. I hope everybody can hear me well. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up higher. This is just like me, fucking up the stream right as it begins. This is pretty normal. We are ranking Disventure Camp episodes, eliminations, and characters. For the episodes, I ran out of time and was unable to do the background imaging for these episodes. But for the eliminations, I have them here with all the eliminations, and then obviously the characters. I just know my girl Gret is not ranking high. No. Last time when we did this with first starting, we had an order for Hell of a Boss. We went by the episodes, the songs, and the characters. I'm gonna do the same here. Obviously we don't have songs, but we have eliminations. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do episodes, eliminations, and then characters. Also, if you look towards the bottom right, there should also be a little thing you can see with the color-coded stuff for pink, green, blue, yellow, and red. I did have some trouble expressing how my feelings actually portrayed due to the episodes, songs, or characters for the other tier lists that I did in the past. One for Has Been Hotel, which is up on YouTube, and one for Hell of a Boss, which I'm still editing. It's almost done. It's going to be released soon. But people had a hard time really grasping my feelings towards something. So as you can see in each of these lists here, each of these will have like a color. I can change the colors however I want. Red will be for the things that I hate, like I absolutely despise. Yellow will be for the stuff that I don't like. I just don't like them. Blue is for the stuff that I don't really care about or just feel kind of like mid on. Green will be for the stuff that I like, I personally enjoy. And then pink will be for the stuff that I love, like absolutely adore. I love to pieces. So if I hate something or dislike something or something like that, Jake is gonna be major red. Then it will be into color code on the right. I don't know if I'm pointing at the right or not. I might be, I don't know. So each box would be colored based on how you feel. Yes, exactly. You can see the color code on the bottom right of the screen. Like I said, we're gonna start with the episodes. I'm gonna have to, in a couple minutes, get up and grab a milkshake. My mom is going to Dairy Queen to grab some ice cream. She offered to get me a milkshake, so. But we're gonna go ahead and start. Now, let me go ahead and say that for the episodes, we are starting with the episodes. I do want to say that there's not really any episodes that I hate, but there's one episode that I definitely dislike. And I think you guys know what I'm gonna say here. But don't open campers inside. I don't really like this episode, mainly because of the challenge. I don't like this challenge at all. I get that it's a zombie apocalypse challenge, and I do like zombie stuff, but I felt like it was going over the line on the realism of the show. Because let's be fair here, the show does add a sense of realism to the show, and I felt like this episode just kind of drained that completely. I also think that the characters, some of the characters go downhill here, especially Alec and Fiori. Alec and Fiori are not as good in this episode. So most of the characters are not as good as in this episode. I just really don't like this episode just because of that challenge. I really don't like it. However, it was the episode where Gret was eliminated. And I like that Gret was eliminated, but I mean, that's not enough to really ignore the fact that this episode just has a very bad challenge. On to the stuff that's kind of mid. I'm sorry. For the people that like episode 12. Trials and Tribulations. This is gonna be number 12. Again, the challenge, pretty fucking boring. I don't like the challenge at all. I do think that Fiori shined in this episode the most. Her and Ellie. I felt like Fiori and... I'll be right back. Thank you, Mama. I think Fiori and Ellie really shined in this episode. I felt like they really carried this episode. But I just don't like how short... It does feel short, like the episode. Like, you realize that the episode is just about the same length as the other ones. But when you watch it, it only feels like it's like 10 minutes. It goes by really short. Next one. The most tranquilist game. This is the episode where Jake turned into a fuckhead. He went from being one of my favorites to being completely insufferable. This is also the episode where I really fucking hated Gret. This is the point where I really truly despised her as a character. This episode also marks the first episode after Miriam opening up and she becoming a better person. Gabby was still the best part of this episode. Pretty much every single episode that Gabby is in, the episode is 100 times better. I don't know how they wrote such a great character. I think we all had to make a Jake hate club. I will be the #1 Jake hater. I am for sure Jake's #1 hater. This challenge was good, but I do have to admit that I don't like how when someone gets shot, they're out. Because that put some characters, namely Fiori, at a great disadvantage. Because Fiori, let's be honest here, is not very good at the challenges. She's good at outsmarting people, but as far as actually completing challenges goes, Fiori is probably the worst at it. But yeah, this episode was kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know about it. That's why it's in the neutral tier. Mazed and confused. Another one I didn't really care about. This episode was just kind of iffy for me. I felt like the writing in this episode was kind of lackluster, but however, it is better than the other episodes below. I think this is the moment where Tom really started to shine through, because before Tom was kind of like really reserved. And, you know, him opening up to Jake before Jake turned into a fucking douchebag, was one of the good moments of this episode. This is probably the most baseline average episode. All right. What's next? You know what? I take that back. Meet Me in Tipiscal is the most baseline average episode. Wait, if that's the case, then let's move this down and put Mazed and Confused up. Yeah. Meet Me in Tipiscal is literally the most baseline average episode. However, I'm not really surprised because this is the first episode. But yeah, like I said, Meet Me in Tipiscal, first episode, so I get that it's like not as good as the other ones. This is the literal most baseline average episode. It's kind of just like the, hey, this is kind of like get a feel for the show. All right, well, I think that's it for average ones. I think that's it. All right, next up, Logged and Loaded. This was the first episode with an elimination. Fiori went fucking crazy in this episode. The moment where she goes off on Will is one of the reasons why I like this episode. The challenge was also nice. It was a good first challenge. Gabby and Fiori were solid this episode. Yes, especially Gabby. This is where Gabby was still like enthusiastic. She wasn't really having any problems with anyone. Well, besides Gret, because Gret's a fucking asshole. However, I will say that at this point, pretty much anyone else besides Fiori and Gabby were still kind of bland characters. Nobody really shined except for those two. I think that's why this episode is pretty low. Next up, Slip and Slide. This challenge was good. I actually kind of like this challenge. This is kind of like a see what you're made of kind of challenge. I like the battle with the dual sticks. I like how this challenge is a two-parter where whoever loses in the first challenge gets a disadvantage while the other team who wins gets an advantage. I kind of like those things. I kind of like that writing. This is where Ellie and Alec started to shine more. And y'all know how I feel about Ellie. But yeah, I like this. I like that episode. Spit It Out. This episode was really good. This episode, Gabby... Gabby was stealing the show in this episode. This is also where Dan got voted out, and he apparently doesn't return. So this is the last time we'll be seeing of Dan. So that kind of makes me upset a little bit, because I kind of like Dan. This challenge was also good. I kind of like how it merged strength and wit together. This is where we find out the consequences of the fake double elimination, but you know, it worked out pretty well. And obviously we got more moments of Gabby and Allie, so. All right, we're on to the final 5 episodes. All right, Our Heart's Desire. Good finale. I don't love it for obvious reasons, but I really do like this finale. It tied everything together. It concluded the side story with Derek and Trevor and Jensen, which I still think was kind of an unnecessary storyline. I don't see why they needed to add that, but it's whatever at this point. I did mention in the finale that Tom really does have main character energy, and I still stand by that statement. It's a leftover from the beta. The season 1 host needs to be gone for Crystal to take over. Oh, gotcha. So they had to find a way around it. Okay. I love that Fiori got a big dose of karma in this episode. I think Fiori shined in this episode the most. Either this episode or Medal of Dishonor. A Heart's Desire, good ass episode. Number 4, questionnaire if you dare. I love this episode. This episode is really, really fucking good. I like this challenge. This challenge is really, really, really good. Gabby got eliminated, which brings it down. Gabby got eliminated, which brings it down. Does someone put spoilers in the chat? I'm not looking. I'm not looking. What the fuck else was I saying? Sorry, I got distracted. Please don't send spoilers in my chat, please. I've made it a very perfectly clear thing that if you spoil and I see it, you know, you're kind of like banned. Don't make me pull a queso on you. We got that cute moment with Gabby and Ellie at the end, which brings it up. Jake goes full asshole in this episode. He goes full hypocritical asshole in this. I think that Tom was also really good in this episode. The villain trio were so big-brained here. Yes, that is another reason why I like this episode. I forgot about that. Fiore, Alec, and I hate to say it, but Gret also really shined in this episode. So this episode was good, but it's just not as good as the other ones. This is where I get to the point where I'm saying it's not as good as one of my reasons. Number 3, Lights Out. This episode eliminated Jake, so it's automatically a great episode. This challenge was really good. I like this challenge a lot. However, why it's not number 2 or number 1 is because of those dumbass fucking scorpions. Those dumbass pulled out of Revenge of the Island bullshit scorpions. Ellie, holy shit. The shit that Ellie going off on Jake is one of my favorite moments of the entire show. Ellie, this is the moment where I really locked in Ellie as the person that I wanted to win. But it's still a good episode. Lights Out is a good episode. Number 2. Oh shit, this is hard. We have Medal of Dishonor and Baking My Heart left. I mean, it has to be. Baking My Heart is number 2 and Medal of Dishonor is number 1. It has to be. Medal of Dishonor has to be number 1. But we can go ahead and talk about Baking My Heart first. This is a very emotional episode. This is a very emotional episode. This is the moment where I was like, holy shit. Like, this show is really getting serious now. This show is not afraid to tackle serious issues, and Baking My Heart is one of the biggest, probably the biggest example, actually. This was also the episode where Ashley was eliminated. Ashley's elimination was the first one that actually hit hard for me. But yeah, to Baking My Heart, this is a very emotional episode between Miriam's backstory and Jake getting the phone call about his grandmother. As much as I hate Jake, I still feel bad for him for that moment. And then Ashley's elimination. This episode was just heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. I'm still salty about Jake voting his... I know! What an idiot! What a fucking moron, man. And the fact that people are mad at Ellie for that is... I know it's crazy. Thank you so much. Fiori is queen. I don't really like saying that whole name, but I don't really know what to call you. I'm just going to call you queen. I actually know that's weird. I agree with you. But let's move on. Let's move on to the final episode and we can move on to the eliminations. Medal of Dishonor. Fucking intense. The most intense moment in the entire show, period, hands down, was Tom's elimination. Tom's elimination is crazy. Let's go down of everything that happened. Ellie tricked Jake and Tom, which she did need to do, by the way. For all of you fucking Ellie haters out there, all right? Think about it. You would do the exact same. Think about it, all right? I'm fucking watching you. I fucking see you, okay? I know you would fucking do the same, all right? Stop pretending like you wouldn't. 2, Jake's dumbass voting for Tom after repeatedly saying that he should let Tom explain himself, and then he fucking votes for him like a fucking jackass. 3, Fiori and Alec tricking Ellie, Jake, Miriam, and Tom all at the same time. That elimination alone automatically puts this episode at 1. That was definitely the most intense and on edge of seats moment of the entire show. That much thrill and excitement, that automatically puts this at 1. All right, you guys got my list for the episodes. You guys know what time it is now. Disventure Camp eliminations. It's time for the eliminations. I think this list will go quite fast. But we're here at the eliminations, and I gotta say the best elimination is Jake. 100%, fucking 100% deserved. This fucking asshole deserved it 100%. Oh wait, no. That means that his elimination is the worst, actually. Fuck that. Number 1, I love this elimination. I don't even need to, like, wait until number 1. Fuck Jake. Fuck him. Alright? 100% number 1, asshole deserved it. 100%. Worst elimination, Gabby. I hated this elimination. Gabby is the best character, and she got screwed so royally. Oh, also, I voted, I also put Miriam winning as well. I put her in here. So we'll also rank that. Also, an elimination that felt really bad. What was another one that I was pissed at? Tom's really close. I think it's either between Tom or Ashley. Yeah, I think it had to be Tom and then Ashley. I fucking hated these guys getting eliminated. I fucking hated it. Tom got so screwed over, especially by Jake. And everybody blames Ellie for it. I don't understand. Jake is the reason why Tom didn't win. Purely because of Jake. Jake voted for him. Case closed. End of story. It's Jake's fault. Ashley was another one that I fucking hated. She got eliminated so early. And the fact that she was eliminated by Gabby also hurts. Another elimination that I did not like. Ellie. I also did not like this one. I wanted Ellie to win. Ever since the swap, I was really, like, rooting for Ellie. Dan. I kind of liked Dan. That one sucks. And it sucks that he's not in season 3. That makes it even more depressing. Another one that I maybe didn't like, Drew. I liked Drew. His stay here was short, but he was adorable. He really was. He was so nice. He didn't deserve what happened to him. Let's go Will. This one, I don't really care about. In the moment, I was like, God damn it. But I really just don't care about Will anymore. All right, number 7. Wait a minute. Am I missing somebody? Oh, wait, no, I put Jake. I forgot about Jake. He's just sitting up there. I forgot about Jake. He's just sitting right here. I forgot about him. Jake sitting on his throne of disappointment. That's so good. Another one I didn't really care about, Lil. I don't really care. Lil's another character I don't fucking care about. Fiori. This was the biggest dose of karma I've seen in a long time. Is that the same with Nick? Who's Nick? Oh, that guy. I always forget that he fucking exists in this show. Number 5. I'm gonna be honest here. I still think that Ellie should have won. Number 4. This guy. I already forgot his name again. But he was a dick the entire time. I don't like him. Number 3, Alec. And number 2 is Gret. There you go. There's my list. Why do you like Alec's elimination? He got what he deserved. It's Alec's birthday today, just remember that. Well, there's his fucking birthday present. He's such a dick. There you go, asshole. You take third. Alright. Now you know my list of eliminations. Now it's time to get to what everybody wants to see. The characters. Everybody wants to see the characters. There's only 2 characters that I hate. Only 2. And I know 100% every single one of you know who these characters are. We're first going to start off with the worst character, Gret. Gret is the worst character in this fucking show. Everything about this character is completely insufferable. Every single moment with Gret is a pain in the ass. She is completely manipulative. Manipulative. Fuck me. She's completely rude. I can't think of a single good thing about this character. All right, now moving on to number 16, Jake. Everybody knows that he was going down towards the bottom. I know that people were probably expecting last place, but Gret does have the edge by worst character. Jake is also a character that's completely insufferable. There's nothing good about Jake, and I'm not gonna pretend like there is. There is not a single redeeming quality about Jake. He is completely hypocritical. He's an asshole. He's petty. He's a brat. Literally everything annoying that a person could possibly be is Jake. Literally, Jake is the embodiment of all of the most annoying things that a person could be. Yeah. I don't, the British guy. The British guy. I still don't remember his name. Nick, thank you. This guy's an asshole. This guy is a complete asshole. But at least he's also kind of charming. His stay was also very short-lived. So that's why he's above Jake and Gret. I mean, there's only one character that I really don't like left. I would have to say Derek. Derek's kind of an asshole. He is kind of funny. He has his moments where he's funny, but he's still a fucking asshole. It's kind of like if Good Cop and Bad Cop were TV hosts. And Derek is the bad cop. What's another character I don't like? Jensen. I mean, I'm kind of neutral on this character. He kind of like almost doesn't exist for me. Number 12. Oh, people are probably going to be upset with this placement, but let me explain first, okay? Let me explain first. I liked Trevor at the start, but he's now in the neutral section. I don't really know about him anymore. I kind of almost dislike him, but he is like the nicest of the crew. But the reason why I'm not really liking him anymore is because of what he was doing with Derek and exterminating the animals. I don't like that at all. That's fucking horrible. So he lost major respect points for that. All right, another character I don't really care about. Will, not much to go on. He was first boot. He wasn't in the show too much. I liked his character when he was in the show, but after he was eliminated, I kind of just didn't care about him anymore. That pretty much goes with the next one, Lil. Lil is another baseline average character. This is probably the most baseline average character. Lil doesn't really do anything that I care about. She just kind of exists, you know? It's like that one friend group, and there's that one guy who just sits in the background and just listens to everybody talking, and you kind of forget that they're there. That's what Lil is to me. Oof. Okay. This is probably going to be the first major, like, what the fuck placement. But, sorry. How the hell is Drew over Alec? Oh, shit. I forgot Drew was still here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so Drew. Another character whose stay was short-lived, but at least he was more likable than the other two. He was really nice. He didn't deserve what happened to him, but you know, he was only in the show for like a couple episodes. But I get it. There's not much you can do with the character who literally can't speak. Alright, now on to Alec, who is also a pretty average character. Alec, to me, is just a really boring fucking character. Every scene with him, it sounds like he's bored out of his fucking mind. And pretty much the entire show, he's always just complaining about his son and his wife and all that. Also, the way he drags his son on national television is awful. But yeah, nothing really happens for Alec. He doesn't really have moments where I'm kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of like him. There's not many moments for Alec. The show is more focused on other characters, like Gabby and especially Tom. So I don't know. I don't really care too much about Alec, but I don't forget that he's in the show, you know? Like, I don't really care for him, but he's not forgettable to me. All right, now into the characters that I actually like. Dan. I like Dan. There's not too much going on with him because he didn't really last very long. He lasted pretty much to the halfway point of the season. Dan's a pretty direct character. There's not much going on for him, but the stuff that is going on with him is pretty good. He's a very strategic player. Dan is like what Fiori could have been if she wasn't a fucking psychopath. He's more subtle in his approach. He's a very subtle strategist. He kind of like keeps his cards hidden towards himself pretty much the entire time. Dan played the long game. He has a lot of moments, especially with Gabby, that does make me like him. He does make a few mistakes in the show, but overall, I think he's a pretty decent person. Oof. Okay. All right. Listen, don't yell at me, okay? Please don't yell at me. Please do not yell at me for this one, okay? I will say that Fiori has a lot of good moments, but I can't be biased. I'm not going to have a biased approach. I'm going to have a fair approach. Even though that Fiori is a charming ass character, I do have to say she's also irritating. Fiori is the primary antagonist of the show. And I get that she is charming, that she has funny moments, that she is charismatic. But I also have to agree that she is a fucking psychopath with no limits. And she's fucking irritating a lot of the time. I like Fiori, but I also have to acknowledge that she is not the best character. Number 5, Ashley. Ashley is completely selfless. She is kind to everyone. This is pretty much an example of what you would want to be in life. Everything about this character is so good, and it's a sin that she got voted out so early. And I swear, if she gets voted out early in All-Stars too, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Let's see, number 4, Miriam. I like Miriam a lot. I really like this character. I still think that Ellie should have won. It would have made more sense for Ellie to win. Plus, she actually really needed the money. But I will say that Miriam has grown a lot on me. When the show started, I did not like her. I did not like Miriam. However, ever since Baking My Heart, which was the most emotional episode of the whole fucking show, ever since that moment with her and Jake, even though I still liked Jake at the time, and I don't anymore, even after that, I still think that that was written really well. This character is just written well. Number 3, Ellie. Ellie is one of the best characters of the show and also one of the most unfairly hated characters of the show. Ellie is actually a decent person. She's a good, decent person. All right? Listen. Okay, look. After so many times of trying to explain why Ellie is not a bad person, and my reasons are perfectly valid, because any one of you would do the same. If you are an Ellie hater, You would do the exact same thing if you were in Ellie's shoes in that situation. Don't say that you wouldn't, because you would. So, I'm going to be completely honest here. Alright? And I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, but at this point, after so many videos of trying to explain, and after so many comments and replies of trying to explain, I feel like this is something that has to be said. If you bitch about Ellie, but you like Fiori, then you're an idiot. Alright? I'm going to say that right now. You're a fucking moron. You can't like a character that is almost completely insufferable, and then to dislike somebody who is actually decent and just playing the game but also being still a good person to everyone. That's not how it fucking works, alright? You cannot like Fiori and then hate Ellie. You either have to like both or hate both. Or hate Fiori and like Ellie. You can't hate Ellie but like Fiori. That makes no fucking sense. That literally makes zero fucking sense. Again, sorry if that's harsh, but I felt like it needed to be said at this point. Here's the thing. Final 2 spots. Everyone knows what's going to happen here. Tom is at number 2. And Gabby is at number 1. I don't think it's a big surprise. I don't think anybody should be surprised about this. Gabby's the best character. No doubt about it. But let's start with Tom. The amount of growth and writing that this character has had is amazing. Tom really does have main character energy throughout the show. I've mentioned that a couple times now, but it's completely true. Tom's development is really good. I still think that Tom was set up for failure by his boss, but after losing his job, Tom really develops. He really does. Everything after him getting fired is amazing. This character is just written super well. And then number 1 is Gabby. What's not to like about Gabby? There's not a single bad thing about this character. She's completely enthusiastic, completely positive, always there for anybody. The amount of times that she's been there for Gret and didn't need to be just proves how much of a good person Gabby is. Especially considering the fact how insufferable Gret was to her. She's a complete badass as well. The way she goes off on people, and also the way that she beat up Derek. She kicked Derek's ass in the finale. And the complete relationship that she has with Ellie is adorable. Gabby and Ellie are completely adorable. There's nothing bad about Gabby. Nothing. There it is. My list. So to answer you guys' questions, yes, I will be waiting for the remake of Season 2. I do apologize. I know there's a lot of new people that just joined the channel because of Disventure Camp. I highly recommend that if you like the way that I reacted to Disventure Camp, I recommend staying around for my next few videos. I'm finishing up Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. So after those are being done, it should be time to hit November. We're gonna do another rush. We're gonna do another one when Season 2 comes out. And for those of you who don't know what rush means, basically how my schedule goes is I like to space the shows that I watch in videos throughout my channel. So like it'll go Gravity Falls, Amphibia, Avatar, Gravity Falls, Amphibia, Avatar, so that you guys aren't watching the same thing over and over. Before a season of a show that's short, I basically just rush through it. Basically what I did with Disventure Camp. So when Season 2 comes out, after I finish Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and Avatar, Season 1 of those shows, I will be doing another rush of Season 2. Because apparently they're releasing 2 episodes a week. But I hope to see you guys on my next few videos. If not, then, you know, just stick around, come back in November if you want to see the reactions to Disventure Camp Season 2. So I would maybe put that in your calendar or something. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Thank you guys so much for participating. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I will see you guys next time. And for the people who will be leaving and then coming back in November, I hope you have a great time in the meantime. But other than that, guys, have a good night. Stay safe. And thanks for watching.